flashy animations, Marvel character favorites, and a nightmare-themed setting? This is Marvel Mystic Mayhem. The basic gameplay loop here uses 3 characters on a team, which auto-attack enemies. Each character has 2 active skills and an ultimate, which charge up. Use mana to activate one of the 3 skills on your bar to damage buff or generally maneuver your characters around the battlefield. It's less of a turn-based game than something like Swigo or MSF, but requires more skill and active gameplay than games like DC Dark Legion or AFK Journey. It's most comparable to Marvel Midnight Suns, but with more 4X elements rather than being turn-based. This game focuses on you using your roster to figure out what characters work well together for which different game modes you're playing. There's no cookie-cutter teams that have to be together. I personally think there's a good variety of game modes, from classic story-based missions and resource-gathering battles to 2 different types of roguelikes, rotating big bosses, PvP where you draft your roster, PvP where you use your own roster, endless wave enemy modes, various puzzles and challenges, with more on the way. Game modes and bosses swap out regularly to keep things feeling fresh, and the daily missions you complete by just playing the game rather than completing a list of chores for the different game modes. Some of the puzzles and challenges actually require you to have a base level of skill to complete, and so it's not just easily progressing through the content by just having better or bigger characters. Progression systems offer meaningful changes to how a character plays rather than just raw stat boosts, while not being overly complex, requiring you to read 6 paragraphs, at least yet. There's also not a focus on increasing stars for characters, but instead on leveling skills and choosing the right gear pieces and highlights. The gear has some RNG, but with 2 gear pieces and 1 highlight, there's a great balance between variety and customization versus spending all of your time fine-tuning stat values on gear. I would say Marvel Mystic Mayhem has less monetization than all the games I mentioned earlier, and many of the 2-star heroes are good and even better than some of the 3-star heroes, which is what you're aiming for when you summon. It is still a gacha-style game with summons. I think one drawback here is how often you get 1-star highlights that you don't need after a while. But one nice thing is that the pity system is not actually tied to getting a 3-star hero. So if you get a 3-star hero in your summon, you still eventually get the pity system once you get the required amount of summons. There's lots to do, lots of Marvel favorites, and even characters you may not have heard of. I will be making content for Marvel Mystic Mayhem, so if you plan on playing and want to stay in the know, hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching. Take it easy.